Okay, so this is my horse Iggy, who is just so good at taking a shot. He came like this. I think it's part of his personality, but I can give him a shot without even haltering him. I just put him on Adaquan, so I have to do a shot every 4 days for 7 shots. And so I just wanted to show you how good he is at taking a shot from me. Now my other horse, Midas, is not so good. So here I have the syringe and needle that I just gave Iggy his shot with, but I put the cap back on. And then I also made a fake one with some Gorilla Glue and a toothpick just to give it a little bit more, I guess, bite when I put it up to Midas's skin. Midas actually freaks out when he gets a shot. He's very bad with the vet. And I do have to bring him to the vet to get his vaccinations because, one, he overreacts so bad, and he did have a minor reaction to his vaccination. So I do bring him to the vet, but I still want to be able to give him a shot without him pulling back and freaking out. So I'm going to try some clicker training. And so here I'm just showing him the syringe and the needle and just lightly touching his skin with it. And as soon as I touch, I click and I treat. I'm also rubbing and kind of patting that area because that's what most vets will do. They kind of either pat it or pinch it. That way it has a little sting before the needle goes in. So I'm just kind of trying to replicate that. And he's doing really good. The first time I showed him this needle, he actually ran away from me in the pasture. I mean, I just gave Iggy a shot, and so I was like, I bet you the clicker training might help me train this horse to accept shots. So I'm just doing some repetition. Again, blunt cap of the syringe, and I press it and click and treat. And he's doing pretty good. And what I realize is now I have to switch over to the toothpick because that will give it a little bit more bite. And I'm just going real quick on his neck, and I actually have to hold it there for a little bit longer. And you'll see he'll have a bigger reaction to this toothpick, and I still hardly touch him with it. That one I really hardly touched him with. He didn't have any reaction. But here we go. You can kind of see him flinch there, but I just clicked and treated, trying to get him to enjoy this process. And it's all about routine. So, you come over, you pat their neck, you rub their neck, and then you stick the needle in, and they'll hopefully remember that they get treats for this. Here I'm patting, and he's doing real good. And so I think at this point I need to hold it to his neck a little bit more. There we go. Yep, see, there he goes. He doesn't like it. So I keep the toothpick on his neck until he kind of stopped moving away from me. I had to catch it really quick, but I'll do that again. Now I know, right, he has a reaction to that. But I probably should have waited a little bit longer on that one, but again, this is just the beginning, so I want to give him a treat so he knows that this isn't so bad. And so I was kind of waiting for him to stop tensing up. He was still kind of moving around a little bit, but he wasn't as tense. And there, that was a really good one. I kind of pressed it into his neck and held it there for some time. Now, of course, you got whatever you do on one side, you got to do on the other. With Iggy, he's getting, a shot every 4 days, so I do like to alternate their neck side to do that. So here I'm going to try to, I didn't do the blunt needle on this one because I figure he's already seen the syringe and needle, so really that's all that was about. And again, I'm going to start back at the basic. Just touch his neck, click, treat. Touch his neck, click, treat. And he's doing real good with this. And I know it looks like I'm holding the needle up by his eyeballs, but I tell you, I'm not. I was watching this video later, and I'm like, oh, it looks like I'm going to stab him in the eye, but I'm pretty far away from his eye. But you could see there he was kind of pawing. He didn't like it. I had to wait for him to relax. He doesn't like that. I'm waiting, relax, click, treat. Kind of licked his lips a little bit. This is not the best reactions. I want him to be even calmer, but this is our very first session, so I have to say he's doing really good compared to what he usually does at the vets. So again, I'll just show you the toothpick. I put a little Gorilla Glue, and it's pointy, but it's not super sharp.